Hello, Booktube. Even though it's Wednesday, I have a tag for you today. I was tagged by Micah Cummins, and you don't turn down an invitation like that if you know what's good for you. He tagged me in a tag that was created by Shannon's Bookish Musings and Music called the Tell Me the Truth tag. Got it on the MarkBot here. I thought we'd go through it because I love these kinds of questions. Absolutely love these kinds of questions. I mean, the normal tag, the normal type of tag, is going to ask you innovative or interesting questions and send you to your bookshelves. It's going to send you looking around at your bookshelves. That's what it's going to do. It's designed to do that and for you to find books that fit or that don't fit the prompts. But I like those. I've done a million of them, but I really like the tags that tell me more about you, or where I get to tell you more about me. So that's what this is. So I'll leave links to Shannon's channel, of course, to Micah's channel. And these are the prompts, the questions. Number one, do your friends slash family slash coworkers know about your Booktube channel? And if so, do they watch? And my family doesn't know about my Booktube channel unless they have YouTube in hell. But if we restrict ourselves to friends and coworkers, it's a pretty interesting subject. My Booktube friends know that I have a channel, of course, since they encountered me that way. But oddly enough, or actually, I don't know if odd is the word, most of my closest IRL friends know that I have a channel and don't ever watch it. Which always strikes me, I mean, I don't mean any note of self-pity there, but it always strikes me as just incomprehensible. If I had an IRL friend and I knew that they were posting videos on YouTube, I would watch. For sure, I would watch. I would cheer on. But it seems to be just a total disconnect. There's this thing that I know you do, and you're not going to talk about it much, and I'm never going to interact with it. I'm never going to watch it or know anything about it. That always strikes me as a little weird. But that's nevertheless the prevailing attitude among my IRL friends who aren't dogs. Of course, the dogs don't care at all. But then there's the question of coworkers. I don't have any explicit coworkers. I am a lonely old shut-in who writes on his fainting couch, or in this case, on his bed in his little book room. my little book room, which is just crammed full of books. But I do have colleagues. I would say quite a few of them. My explicit colleagues are other book reviewers, other people who do that, either for a living or as a very strong side gig that they have. And I don't think any of them know that Booktube exists. I don't think they do, which is really kind of weird. More weird than my friends, because this is a gigantic community of people talking about books. And, I mean, that's one sense of colleague, is other reviewers. But I have other colleagues as well, because in addition to being a book reviewer, I'm also a book section editor for a print newspaper. There aren't many of those in the country, in the world. There aren't many of those. Where I am just the book section editor for Big Canoe News in Northern Georgia. It's a very small venue. It's a very small circulation. Feel free to subscribe and perk up my spirits. We make a beautiful section for books, and it is separate from the section for arts or entertainment. It's 2 whole pages devoted just to books. There aren't many devoted book section editors left in the country. I don't care about the size of the venue. And therefore, technically speaking, under the wire, just barely, I am a colleague to every book section editor, whether they have a dedicated section or not, in the country. All the way from the New York Times, all the way down. If the New York Times is at the top of that list, I'm pretty sure that Big Canoe News is at the bottom. I don't know that there's a print newspaper with a smaller distribution than we have, although boy, oh boy, those of you who have actually gone and looked agree with me that we have the right graphics design team, because Big Canoe News looks wonderful. Wonderful. Nothing about it looks small town. The local articles, the local interest things, all those endearing pictures of farmers or local businessmen, that very much says local newspaper. But the look of it absolutely does not. And that means that in my book section, which is not local books, it's all just completely normal. It's a much smaller version of the Washington Post book world. Technically, therefore, I am a colleague to all of those books editors out there, and they don't know that Booktube exists either. which really that just baffles me. They have no idea that Booktube exists. So, and the reason it baffles, I'm not expecting them to be haunting social media, but it's all about books. You'd think that someone who's a book section editor at a paper would be an extreme fan, consumed by all things bookish. And yet, there's this gigantic community that proved absolutely irresistible to me. Once I knew about it, I knew that I had to keep watching, leaving comments, and then eventually joining it. No other dedicated book person has done that, as far as I know. I mean, Booktube's big. I might have missed it, but I would think that I might have missed it. But there are 1,000 of you. I don't think you'd have missed it. Someone would have told me. I don't think that another regularly publishing traditional book critic is on Booktube, and I doubt very much that any other book section editor is on Booktube. I don't think those two worlds connect at all. That is very strange. That is very strange. If I were a book section editor or an arts and entertainment section editor for a big newspaper, or I were their boss, their managing editor or whatever, and I knew that Booktube existed, the very first thing I would be doing is trying to see if any of the Booktubers with a really big following might want to write something for me. The chance of adding that following to your subscription base, and yet, no, not connected whatsoever. So I don't mention it at all. I don't mention it to fellow editors because what would be the point? They're not interested. If they were interested, they would be interested. And I don't mention it to my own editors, to editors who take my own freelance work, because I built a separate reputation in the print world of book reviewing long before I knew that Booktube existed. So I guess I myself also consider them a little bit separate, although I definitely partake. I definitely make my share of Booktube videos. And I also don't mention it to publishers or publicists. I virtually never mention to them that, oh, I'm requesting this book from you. Oh, and by the way, whether I review it or not, I'm going to show it to thousands of people. I don't do that either. Mainly, I think, because I've sort of avoided doing formal book reviews on this channel. So the one thing that a publicist is trained to look for is the one thing you won't see on this channel. So the answer to this question is largely avoid. It's the people in my life, the colleagues, the coworkers, the close IRL friends, either know that my channel exists and don't care, or don't know that it exists and don't care. It's really weird. But fortunately, the much touted Booktube community is real. It's enough for me that all of you know that this channel exists, so I don't really need the real world validation at all. Then prompt number 2 is, when watching Booktube videos, do you ever speed them up to save time? I have been watching this video. This video has very refreshingly gone mega viral, which is really neat. I'm getting lots and lots of fascinating answers. But I have been watching this tag as it's gone the rounds, and I'm frankly horrified at even the idea here. I've made it clear, especially in the last few weeks, that I view Booktube as a series of conversations. I view this as an interaction. It's not real time, but I view it as an interaction. And I don't think anybody who's saying that they occasionally speed up Booktube videos ever is talking with a friend of theirs and does, could we speed up this anecdote? I've got a plane to catch or whatever. This is not a race. Why would you do that to save time? Why would you do anything so barbaric and reductive to save time? This is not a question of, I just want to get all of your words into my brain, and I don't care how you're delivering them or where your pauses are or anything like that. I just want the raw information. This is not that. This is not that at all. No, I don't speed up anything. I don't speed up Voxer messages. I don't speed up Booktube videos. I don't speed up YouTube documentaries or anything like that. I don't speed up anything like that. No, no, I don't. Question number 3 is, do you watch videos from all the Booktubers you subscribe to, all of their videos, or just some? I do. I watch all of the Booktube videos from all of the Booktubers that I subscribe to. I watched Mark at Book Time with Elvis, the namesake of the Mark bot, because he just held up this tablet on his channel one day, and I saw it and said, "Me wanty." I love the configuration. the battery is the bar at the side so that you've got a perfect place to grip it. It feels really natural. Uh, I saw his video where he just offhandedly says, well, I can't watch 100 booktube videos a day. And I was like, how awkward. I subscribe to a huge number of booktube channels. I have them on basically all the time. I watch all of them. I don't interact as much as I should. I really should. Hitting the like button is not enough. I do that with every video that I watch, just instinctively. It's the first thing that I do, because I want to completely divorce the idea of agreeing with the subject matter from appreciating the fact that somebody went out of their way to make free content for me. So I like every video, but as was pointed out this summer, liking a video just tells the algorithm what to show you. I started liking videos because the video maker can see the likes, and I thought, well, that's going to buck you up. That's going to give you a nice feeling if you see that people are liking your video. But what I really ought to do, what really helps the channel, and what actually ultimately means more to the content creator, is interaction. I should leave comments. I don't leave comments on most videos that I watch, and that's bad. I really should. I mean, I'm right there. I'm watching them on the laptop. I'm not watching them on my phone or on a tablet. I'm watching them on the laptop with a keyboard right there. There's no good reason why I can't. In some videos, well, first of all, some booktube videos, including some booktube videos made by smaller booktubers in what I used to refer to as our little corner of booktube, absolutely do not seem to want comments. They do not view what they're doing as a conversation. And as a result, there's precious little to grab onto. Other times, somebody's not leaving me much in the way of stuff to work with for a comment. And sometimes, when it's a booktuber that I don't know at all, I have to run the risk. I have to consider the possibility that booktuber thinks that I am Satan incarnate, and the last thing they want is a comment from me. But I should comment more, even so. Then question number 4 is, do you watch/subscribe to everyone who subscribes to you, or only channels you really want to see? This question has been a little bit of a revelation to me. Maybe an old-timey reminder of something. I would be willing to bet that I don't do this, that I don't subscribe to everyone who subscribes to me. And I really want to know when that's not true. I don't have any kind of a knack for YouTube Studio analytics. I don't know how to read most of them. I don't know where most of them are. I have no idea how to find a convenient list of who subscribes to me that I don't subscribe to. I would like to rectify that. I would like to subscribe to everybody who subscribes to me. Feel free to sing out in the comments field if that applies to you. I would love to know that and rectify it, absolutely. Then question number 5 is my favorite of all of these questions. Do you watch or subscribe to booktubers based more on content or on personality? I do it entirely on personality. Doesn't have to be, it can be all kinds of different personalities, but it's entirely personality. Why on earth would I subscribe to a booktube channel for content? I mean, I realize that there's the potential there for a question like that to sound insulting or condescending. I don't mean it as either one, but ask yourself, why would I subscribe to a booktube channel for content? I mean, think of the possibilities. Do any of them apply? I don't think that any of them apply. Most booktubers are simply turning on a camera and telling me, or telling their audience, telling their viewers, what they think, what they've read recently, and what they think about it. They typically aren't trained or detailed critical reactions to anything. They're instead what they read lately and what they thought about it, what it made them feel, what it reminded them of. And all that is wonderful. That is absolutely wonderful. But only if I'm interested in the person. Because I'm certainly not interested in the content there. I mean, I'm interested in the content as it applies to the person, but there is no reason why I would watch a booktube video for content if the booktuber is a 25-year-old who's telling me about his first reading of A Light in August. There is no reason why I would do that. There is no reason why I would watch a booktube channel for content when it's a 20-something person telling me his reactions to a book he just read for the first time that I've read 40 times and taught. I'm not obviously going to watch a channel like that for content. Same thing with most channels in terms of their breakdown of forthcoming books, new releases, I generally know that. I generally am, in the American book market, I'm generally on top of that. So I don't, that's more content that I wouldn't watch for, but I don't think I would watch anyway. I mean, booktube videos are not documentaries. I watch them for the people. I don't necessarily have to, I don't have to agree with the booktuber at all. And a hard-won lesson of adulthood, I also don't have to know that they like me. I watch plenty of booktube channels from people that I know just reflexively think of me as Satan incarnate. I watch the channels anyway because I like their personalities. I don't have to have that reciprocated. It bothers me. On one level, it bothers me because it is so thoughtless. It is so dumb. The people who think that way and avoid including me, avoid mentioning me, avoid alluding to me even when I'm squarely in the middle of the subject they're talking about, who avoid any kind of reference or knowledge or even glance in the direction of my channel, those people don't know anything about me. They are reacting solely in a kind of a high school cafeteria zeitgeist. They don't know anything about me. And they are aggressively territorial about that fact. It's not just that they don't know anything about me. It's that they know they don't, and they don't want to know anything about me, which is why they can be perfectly chummy and happy with a booktuber they know is a friend of mine, but I will never come up. They will never bring me up to that person because they don't want to like me. They don't want to change their opinion. But even so, if I like their personality, I don't need it to be reciprocal, and I watch only for personality. And boy, oh boy, that is fun watching. But I have to say, if you're doing this tag and you're telling me that the answer to what was it? Question number 2 is that you do watch things on double or triple speed. You had better answer the question number 5, that you watch only for content and never for personality. You had better do that. Any other combination of those answers do not go together. If you're watching someone for personality, you had better not be speeding up their channel. That is such a 21st century thing to do. God, I hate what I know of this century so much so far. We'll see. A catastrophe might fix it. Then question number 6 is, do you listen to booktube videos while doing other things, or do you sit and watch the video? I love the young person skew here that the only way you'll be doing other things is if you are moving around. You couldn't possibly be doing other things if you're sitting there. I don't walk around with booktube, of course. I don't bring any kind of technology, any kind of interaction with me when I'm out on walks with the bean. That's not even a place for English. That's just the two of us. That has nothing to do with checking the phone. I see so many people walking their dog and staring at their phone the whole time. Your dog is burbling all kinds of reactions to everything, and you're missing all of it. Even the fraction that you can actually understand, you're missing, because it's just a duty. It's just a wind-up living toy. It has to go outside because otherwise it'll soil the house. But I'm going to study my phone the whole time. I don't do anything like that, so I don't bring booktube with me anywhere like that. But, and I don't watch booktube videos when I have my phone on subways or long waits at offices or the post office or whatever, because that involves audio. I don't have any of those dumb Bluetooth speakers or anything like that. So it would involve audio, and there are way too many rude people on the subway already who think that, well, I want to listen to this loud message or this music or this video, and I don't have headphones, but what do I care? I'm all alone in the world. There's been some sort of Holocaust, and I'm the only one left. I'm the only person here. So although my eyes might be seeing 50 people who absolutely do not want to hear my business, I'm going to play it loud anyway. I don't care. I'm completely alone. I don't owe courtesy to anything because the whole world is empty except for me. I'm not one of those people either, so I don't do anything like that. But as far as movement goes, if I am playing a video on the tablet and someone isn't done, they're not done with their point, they're not done with their discussion, but I have to get up, either to maybe I've got a plate that needs to be washed. I need to bring it over to the sink and wash it, or maybe the washing machine's gone off, and then I will bring the tablet along, listening the whole time. I don't know if that counts as doing something else. I'm mainly listening to the video. The main thing, though, doesn't involve moving around. Almost all of the booktube videos that I watch, I watch and listen to while I am doing something else. I am working all day long on my laptop. And almost all the videos that I play all day long is Booktube. And so I guess that it's fair to say that when I watch Booktube videos, I'm almost always doing something else, virtually all the time. Doesn't detract any. Although if I'm in the middle of typing something while I'm watching a video, that probably does decrease my willingness to stop what I'm doing and leave a written comment. So maybe that does have a detrimental effect. I should think about that more because I want to leave more comments on videos, just to let people know I'm there. If I know for sure that the person is not going to be revolted at the idea that I have watched their video, there's nothing worse than that. Every once in a while, about 4 times a year, I will make that mistake. I'll be listening to a video. I'll think, how fascinating, how wonderful, and I will leave a comment, and you can feel it. You can feel it like a poltergeist in the air. Just this heavy stench suddenly emanating from the airwaves between you and them, and then that stiff, extra formal, oh, thanks for the comment. The person couldn't make it any clearer how gross. Satan left a comment on a video of mine. They can't bring themselves to say, please don't watch my channel. And they don't want to take the nuclear option of blocking me when all I did was leave a happy, friendly comment. But you can just feel it dripping, just radiating off them. Wish I didn't have to deal with that after 7 years on Booktube. I wish I didn't have to deal with that element of never knowing for sure who out there has conceived such a virulent, gut-level hatred of someone they don't know at all that they'd really rather that person was not on the platform at all. But every once in a while, my enthusiasm gets the best of me, and I will leave a happy comment on a channel, and then only then realize, oh wait, I sense it immediately now that they don't want any comments from me at all, and I just have to remember, don't do it again. You're not going to win them over, so don't do it again. But aside from that, the main point of the question is that I am almost always doing something else. I'm almost always writing, editing, doing emails, reading, documents, PDFs, that sort of thing, while I have Booktube playing on a different device, just right there on the fainted couch. And that's it. That is the Tell Me the Truth tag, with the only thing left being to tag people. And this, like I said, has been going mega viral. And the people who have been doing it have been appending lists of people that they tag. So I don't know who's been tagged and who hasn't with this thing. I'm assuming that pretty much everybody that I would think to tag has already been tagged. If you haven't been, consider yourself tagged. These are exactly the sort of questions that I want to know the answers to. But be truthful. Remember, tell the truth. If you do any of the noxious things that these things hint at, like listening to all of your Booktube videos at triple volume, or only watching a thing here and there, fess up. This is the Tell the Truth tag. But anyway, that's it for me. That is a tag on a Wednesday. So I'm going to wrap this up for now, but I'll be back. Thank you, Booktube.